Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, the Python Gurukul. Today we'll be talking about one of the very important feature of object-oriented programming. It is also favorite of interviewers. So let's get started and see what we'll be covering. So we'll be covering overwriting, overriding, and overloading. We'll start with overriding, and if we rewrite the function in the same scope, it will be overwritten. Means whatever definition we had will be overwritten by the latest one. In this diagram, uh, we have miles and we have another miles. So it looks very obvious why we are doing this. Whatever we do here, the only the later part will be remembered. Like Python will only know about the second one. The first one will be overwritten by the second one. The same concept goes for methods. We have a start method, and again we rewrite the start method. Doesn't matter. It has one argument, it has two arguments. Does not matter in Python. So only the Python will know about the last one, and the last one override all the previous one. So that looks very interesting. Let's bring our one of the sample program and take a look at it. Same program. We are going to run this program from the command line, and we'll call this program. We'll say Python override. Okay. What we did, so we called the car miles. We had 2 miles, but only it was able to access the last one. That's very obvious. The second one, we got the object with the name car, and then we are calling car.start. At this time, we have given car.miles. We got car is running cover 2022 miles. So what we see, even we had the start, we were able to access the last start, and we got that. Let's see. What I'm going to do, I am just going to take it out. What I'm trying to do here, if we have this start method without any arguments, why not call that first? Once again, we'll go back to the program, we'll run the program. But this time we see that even we have the start with no argument, uh, our program fails and say that car.start missing one argument. And how we were able to fix that? By just passing some value. Rerun the program. So we were just showcasing that whatever function we have, overloading is not supported in Python, and it will be overwritten by the last one. Let's go back to slide. And we'll go to the overriding. So if we rewrite a method in a child class, then the same name will be called overriding. So already we have seen inheritance, and inheritance sometime whenever we inherit the feature from our parent, the methods will be not good enough for the child. In this case, we have the initialization method in the car, but that initialization is not good for the class A. What we did, we rewrite the init. So at this place, it will be called overriding. What we are doing, we have the init in this scope, but we are overriding and creating our own init function. The same thing we are doing for the get car. Let's take a look at the sample program for this. We'll bring overriding, and we'll go to the command prompt. And before going there, let's see what we are doing. So we got multiple classes here. They are doing inheritance. And in this inheritance, we see that they have the gate car in the car. We have the gate car in the electronics, and it is also calling the car. So this particular gate car is overriding the gate car of the class car. Same thing goes with the future. In the future, we are calling the car. Car has the gate car. Again, once again, we are writing because we thought that the class car, gate car is not good enough for the future, so we are overwriting. Here, to understand that, we have object of class car, object of class diamond, object of electronic. The interesting is the diamond does not have a gate car, but still we are calling. Which gate car it is going to call? So it is going to call from the electronic. That's what we have seen in our last session. So go back to the program, and this time we'll call overwriting, and same thing we did. So we got the object of class car. We call the gate car. From there we got the base car. Again we are calling the gate car. So see, we are calling gate car for CDE, and as per the scope, the particular gate car is being called. So that was for the overriding. Let's go back to our slide and move on to operator overloading. So this is going to be a very interesting. Python provides some magic function. By using those magic function, we'll be able to do the operator overloading. And one of them is for the plus, we can use the underscore add method. Take a look at this particular class. We are just showcasing that why it is required. So in the first one, we have very simple class wheel. It has one variable count. We got the object w1, w2, and inside the print, we are just saying that w1 plus w2. Our intention is to use the plus with our objects, but it is not going to happen. What we have to do, whenever we want to use the any operator, we have to do the operator overloading first. And how we can do that? So with the help of this magic function inside our own class, we are going to add this magic function. For plus, we'll be using the add, and then we are writing inside that what we are going to do with the plus operator. So we are just saying that whatever count we have, whatever object count we have, just add and return. And now we got the P1 and P2 object, and we are adding them. So let's take a look at this particular sample program, and we'll bring operator. Same program. So what we'll do, first we'll run the program in the negative scenario, and then we'll go back. So Python overloading operator. So what we did, we had the class field, we got the object 1, we got the object 2, and we are trying to add object 1 to object 2. And this is what it is saying. For the Python, W1 and W2 is not supported for plus. Now I'm going to comment this particular section and now uncomment this particular one. So this one with the value plus, where we have already defined this particular add magic function, and now we know if we use the plus operator, what to do with this. So in the previous one, we used the plus operator, but there was no definition of add. And now inside the plus one, we are going to use the plus, and we have defined the plus here too. So let's see how it goes. And this time we were able to add 4 and 2 and return the 6. Okay, very similarly, as we did the plus operation, similarly we can do for the minus, multiplication, and so on. Let's move on. Very similarly, as we did the operator overloading, we can do the method overloading. So many times we have used the len function, and I'm using the len here to define override the len, but similarly we can do for other functions too. So again, inside the wheels, we have some items, and in this program, I'm trying to find out the length of the items. It is not going to happen. So we have another function where we have defined the len magic function. And once we have the len, and then if we call the len, then we know what we are talking about. So let's Go back to the sample program and bring the, okay. So this time we have defined the items and we have created the items with 2 to 4 data. We got the object of the wheel type and we are going to call the len function. Let's uncomment this negative scenario first. Comment this particular one. Go back to the command prompt and call the program Python overloading method. As expected, it said that object of type field has no len, but we knew this one, so we have already defined the len, and we are going to bring that now. And once again, we'll call the same program, and this time it is going to return the length of the array. So this time we call the len, and then inside the wheels plus class, we have defined this magic function len, and it knows what to do. What it is doing, it is just calling the len and finding out the length of the items and returning the same. So these are the very important concept for them, and also we call the polymorphism, and very famous for the interviewer. And that's all I had for today. Thank you all for watching. If you like, please share and subscribe.